Hi bottom feeders, I'm in the top of Super IPT and I'm facing this card from what I thought was red green, but it turned out to be red green white for this card. Well, I'm telling you, if I lose to this card in the top, I'm gonna close my channel.
Lucelli.
And I won, and I rose to the top, and I went on to win the whole thing. I beat that deck in the quarterfinals, and I beat John in the semifinals, and then I beat Mono Blue Fae in the finals, which was bound to happen because of the law of the Swiss. That opponent was the only one that defeated me in the Swiss portion, so you are doomed to lose in the top, and that's a rule we all know. And as you may have seen in the thumbnail, I won this kinda strange trophy, which is this thing. You can put your dice here, you can put your tokens here, and I think this is exceedingly peculiar and altogether quite impossible to describe, as they say in the musical Wicked. And I don't know, I guess in Rome we have a very strange kind of humor. Sadly, the tournament didn't go that well for my two friends Andrea and Juzamjin95. They really prepared for the tournament, but it happens. So I think it's a good time to remind you that if you don't do well in a tournament for which you prepared a lot, you should not be sad, because in the end of the day it's just a game of variance and that can happen. You don't have control over what you draw, you don't have control over your matchups, and the only thing you have control over is how you prepare for a tournament and how you play in the tournament, so you should focus on that. So let's see the deck list that I ended up playing. It's quite similar to the previous one, but there are some minor changes. First of all, Tommaso Loss Churlo, which is a very good player and he knows one or two things when it comes to Pauper, suggested some copies of Kirkland Shaman because they are good versus mono red, which is very fast and sometimes you don't have time to land a Fangren Marauder. And I'm glad I did that because it was very good versus mono red, but also it has been good versus Aura X-Proof. For example, in round 1 I faced Aura, and on game 3 I mulled to 4, but I was able to come back because I opened Kirkland Shaman and went turn to Kirkland Shaman, and it gave me the time to dispute and crawl back into the game. I think the deck worked pretty well, but there are some things that I think should be changed. For example, I'm not sure if 2 stream of thoughts are actually necessary, and I think 1 can be enough. And also, I think I should play 1 Hunter's Blowgun in the main deck, because not only it's a way to have a little edge versus walls, elves, red-green, aggro, or stuff like that, but also because since the game drags for very long, you use Fangren Marauder to stall the board, but sometimes they kill the Fangren Marauder and it can be hard. So having just one way to wipe the board while you go up to like 16 life, it sealed the deal, and it's a way to say basically you cannot really kill me, so it's just a matter of time. It's like putting the last nail in the coffin, and I think that can be good. I ended up cutting Energy Refractor because yes, it's a way to color your mana for Stream of Thought and Crypt Rats, but it's a very bad way to do that, and also this deck struggles in the first few turns, and having Chromatic Star, it's one mana card for Kirkland Shaman. It's faster if you need the colored mana for Eviscerators inside to develop your Tron lands or stuff like that. And I'm glad I did that because having a slightly faster deck has been good, because this deck struggles a lot in the first few turns. And also, I think I would like to fit some copies of Crop Protection or Pulse of Murasa in the 75 for the land destruction spells. Maybe this has something to do with the fact that in 4 games versus Jund they drew 15 copies of Cleansing Wildfire. It may be so, but at the same time I think destroying the Tron lands for this deck it's very bad, so having some ways to mitigate that or to record the land might be good. At the same time though, the fact that I didn't lose one single game to Jund Wildfire even if they drew basically all the Cleansing Wildfire copies they could possibly draw, maybe is saying something about the deck, and maybe I'm overthinking things and I don't need a way to record the lands, but we will see. I think this deck is very good. I don't think the deck is perfect. I don't think the deck list is perfect either. I don't think you should subscribe to the channel. I don't think you should like the video, and I think you should leave a comment down below to say if you like this deck or if you have some ideas to improve, because I'm still kinda trying to understand which ways to win should pack in the deck. Because at the end of the day, it's all about the kill conditions. Because once you have decided the kill conditions, you know how many slots left you have, and you decide how many interaction cards and which interaction cards to put in the deck. So we need to figure out the sweet spot to have as little kill condition as we can get away with, without risking being locked out of the game. I was happy to have stream of thought in some spots, but at the same time, in most of my matches when I drew the card, it was a blank, so I'm not sure what to do. As always, I remind you that you can go to MetroChallengeFriends.com and use my affiliate code GiorgioCombo with all capital letters for a 5% discount to have very cool tokens. And before we move on, I wanna say thank you once again to my teammates from Golden Pigs and to Andrea, because without them my win wouldn't have been possible. I didn't have time to properly test the deck, and my testing in fact started at the round 1 of the tournament itself, so it was all theory crafting. And even if some Golden Pigs member didn't like the list very much, they gave me insights that I leveraged to win the tournament and to refine my list. If you wanna win, find yourself a good team and good testing partners. It's very, very important. Not only because it makes you grow as a player, but because it makes things a lot easier and a lot funnier. And when you have fun doing something, you do it better. Chances are, if you don't enjoy that much what you are doing, you don't go very well. While if you... Let's see this list in action, shall we? But be warned, I won't play a full league today. And in fact, I will play just one match. Why? Well, I'm recording the video on Monday, the day after the tournament. And you know, I have a little daughter I should take care of, and yesterday I took a day off my dad's duty to play Magic, and I don't want to spend all my day recording this video and editing this video, because it will be live tomorrow. I think this is a good compromise because I want to give you some insight of the list, but at the same time I want to spend some time with my family. And if you don't like this, I don't give a f***. Alright, welcome to match number 1, which will be the only match I will show you today. And this end, it's clearly a keeper. We have the Tron lands, and we have colored mana sources, we have some interactions on draw spell, basically a perfect end. Let's see how it goes. Okay, Voice of Whispers means a mid-range deck, I guess, so it should be a good matchup for us, but let's see. Oh no, maybe it's the Mono Black Sacrifice deck. Okay, interesting. Yeah, oh no. What kind of deck is this? I don't know. Of course, here we are gonna deploy our Tron lands, so that on turn 3 we can cast all the artifacts, start gaining some life back, and start cantripping. And Candy Trail, it's better to use later, because once you know the content of the game, because you know what you're up against and you know what you are missing, you can make some informed decisions. While if you go on turn 1 scry 2, then what are you looking for? You don't really know. It's different if you don't have the Tron lands, but since we had, it made sense to do that. So what am I looking for? I have colored mana sources, I have draw spells. I think I wanna draw some ways to rat the board or a Fangren Marauder, because I need to gain some time. Okay, let's try 2, and I think this is very good. And we should decide if we want to keep the map. The map is an artifact for the Fangren Marauder, and it's a way to not skip the land drop. And Yeah, I think I'm gonna bottom the map because I will probably draw lands, a lot of lands. I'm gonna use the candy trail now, and I'm gonna play, oh no, another candy trail. Yeah, I think I want both of those because they will probably have ways to kill my Fangren Marauder, and of course I want the Prophetic Prism to have colored mana, and let's play this one. And probably we are gonna use the candy trail at the end of the turn. So they attack for 4 and we gain 3 life back. I know I can keep candy trail for when I have Fangren Marauder, but I wanna cast my Fangren Marauder once I have a lot of mana, so that if they go for a removal spell, I can crack my artifacts in response. So I wanna deploy my mana, and gaining some life and drawing some cards, it's a good way to reach that point. Yeah, I'm gonna play this card for sure. Now I have cast down up. Okay, I have a lot of disputes effects, and I think I'm gonna scry. I think I don't want this card because I have too many of these effects, and I'm gonna dispute now. Let's see, 6 cards. If I dispute on Spell Bomb and I draw from the Spell Bomb, I use 1 card and I draw 3, so I go up to 8 cards, and I will probably have 1 card to play. So yeah, I think it's reasonable to do that. So let's take 1 black mana, 1 more black mana. Let's dispute with this one, so that I can leave a map in play to dispute later. And also I don't want to put Eviscerator Insight in the graveyard, because if they exile my graveyard, I lose the Eviscerator Insight. And I will draw with a Spell Bomb, of course. Okay, so I didn't draw anything to play, so I'm gonna go to discard. And I will probably discard the cast down because I'm gonna Karkan Shaman soon enough. Okay, Blood Fountain, it's a way to recover from a Karkan Shaman, but it needs a lot of time. I would like to draw some more artifacts for my disputes and Fangren Marauders, but I'm not in a hurry. I think I'm probably going to go Marauder, Karkan Shaman now to gain some life and clear the board. Okay. I can also dispute and see what I draw before I decide how to... Yeah, I think I can take some more damage next turn, because I think I'm not gonna die next turn. I need to develop a little bit more, I think. And so let's make some black mana, dispute them up, and hope to draw some artifacts. No artifacts, incredible. And at this point I well, this is very, very strange. I can dispute my Prophetic Prism and hope to draw artifacts, or I can just play one of my creatures and let it die just to trade resources and not go to discard. And I think I'm gonna do that, and the rat is the one I want the least, because I have to invest black mana that I don't have, and life points that I also don't have right now. I might be wrong though, let's see. And if the rats survive, I can dispute that. I think it's fine. Oh, desert. Yeah, of course. Okay, so they attack for 5, I go to 9, and I need to gain some life now. I really need some artifacts, and this is an artifact. Okay, I think we are in very good shape now. One more, please. This is not an artifact. Okay, so if I go for Fangren Marauder and I dispute, I just gain 5 life. They kill the Marauder, but I draw a lot of cards and I hopefully draw something to do. Yeah, I think it's reasonable. So green mana, Fangren Marauder, black mana, and I hope they don't exile my graveyard because I will lose 2 of my flashback disputes. Okay, cast down is not very good right now. Oh, okay, so it didn't do anything in response, fine. I don't need stream, I don't need another Marauder because I need artifacts, and I'm gonna play this one. And next turn, I think I'm probably, assuming my Fangren dies, I'm probably going to go Marauder into Rats and rat the board and gain some life, so that I gain basically infinite time to do whatever I please. And the turn after, I'm gonna start casting my disputes again. Let's see. Well, if the Fangren survive, well, I can basically do a disaster. I'm not sure if I'm gonna block. I don't think they have ways to deal damage to the Fangren Marauder. They either kill that or not. Maybe they have 2 green bubbles. It's not very relevant, but I should probably just take 1 more damage, and because the upside of having the Fangren Marauder alive, it's incredibly good. If they attack before they kill the Marauder, it surely means they don't have a way to... Okay. Probably Karkan Shaman is better now, because I have 2 things to sacrifice. So it's green mana, red mana. I should cast this one before I deploy my creatures, because they can interact with my creature with removal spell. Okay, which one to cast the first? If I go for Karkan Shaman and I cast Fangren Marauder and they kill the Karkan Shaman, then I have to sacrifice my artifacts before Fangren Marauder hits the board. While if I do the other way around and they kill the Marauder, I can gain. I think it's basically the same. But this one is less likely to be killed, because maybe they have ways to deal 1 damage. I don't know. Not sure if it's relevant. Let's see. It doesn't change that much, because we are gonna gain so much life now. Okay, I will do this. Okay, this is not very good, and I think I'm gonna sacrifice this one for black mana. Yeah, I need to gain some more life. black, black. I don't think I need blue mana now, and I don't think it's relevant, but let's do it like this. Another land, it's not very good. And I already played the land, and I think I'm gonna Cartland Shaman for 1. And use Cast Down on the Rager. Okay, so because of what I drew, I didn't get full value of my Fangren Marauder because I lost 2 Fangren Marauder and put 1 on the bottom, and I'm still at 22. Usually I'm way higher when that happens, but I think it's because I drew many lands, and I think we are in good shape either way. Now I'm gonna dispute from the graveyard, unless they exile the graveyard, which I don't think it's gonna happen because they use Blood Fountain, and they're gonna deploy their threats back, I think. Let's see. Yeah, I don't mind this. Okay, I can use Expedition Map to get a Haunted Fangraph, but I'm not sure I'm gonna find a Fangren Marauder because it's a random one. Let's dispute first. Okay, this is 2 lands. Okay, yeah, let's play this one and dispute this one. I need black mana to do all I want to do, so let's dispute again, and let's generate 1 black mana to draw from my Spellbomb. Yes, I'm gonna draw. Okay, and this is very good, I think. Let's play some artifacts. I've already played the land, so I'm gonna go to discard and discard, I don't know, this one. Okay, we are reaching the point where I could stream of thought, but before I do that, I think I'm gonna rat again in order to clear the board and gain some more time. Yeah. Another land, cool. And as you see, this deck draws very many cards. In fact, I have 70 cards in the deck and it's turn 9. And that's why it's so strong, because you basically see your whole deck, and at that point it's fairly easy to win. I don't want to draw those cards. Let's see, I need to make a land drop. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. I need 5 mana for the rats. And yeah, I can do that, I think. Oh no, it's better to use and we are gonna rat for 2. And now I'm gonna stream, because I don't wanna get my graveyard exiled and I want to have my rats back. I want to have back both rats and my wizard's rocket, because those are the ways I can generate blue and black mana. And let's pass the turn. And in the meantime, my opponents wrote in the chat, Madonna che palle, which means this deck is so fucking boring. And, you know, you're right. But at the same time, I don't care. Because at the end of the day, you can concede if you want. Okay, Gary? Okay, let's start by doing what we do every day. So, disputing over and over again. And I think this seals the deal, because we are gonna gain 1,000,000 life now. And let's cast this one. Let's make some green mana. Okay. Let's dispute on the map, because I don't need map anymore. Do you want to use the Fangren Marauder ability? Yes, I can. Yes, I want. Okay, and also I want to play my draw cards. I want to deploy some more mana. I want to play this one. I want to play Wizard's Rocket in order to win next turn. And I want to make some more life points. And now I'm gonna map token my Fangren Marauder. Stream of thought in the graveyard? No, I don't. No, I don't. And okay, opponent, your turn. I'm gonna go to discard. I'm gonna discard the swamp. Next turn, I'm gonna win with Crypt Rats. Let's see. Oh, the oubliette. So the Fangren Marauder is in the oubliette, which means it's spaced out. And I'm very sorry for the Fangren Marauder, but also I'm very sorry for my opponent, because I'm gonna use my Crypt Rats to win the game, I guess, unless they are gonna gain some life with Gary once again. Okay, let's see. They use the Blood Fountain. Yeah, okay, I can live with that. And that's it. Okay, and I have 11 minutes on my clock, and I need to talk less and play a little bit faster, but I can sideboard in the chill now. I think I want to play some negates, because they may have some last rites or ways to destroy my lands. Sometimes mono black plays the enchantment that turns your lands into swamps, so I wanna be able to destroy those. I think I don't need Cast Down, because their creature tend to be small, and Crypt Rats and Kirkland Shaman do a good job dealing with those. And speaking of Kirkland Shaman, I don't think they are necessary, because they are not very fast, and I think Crypt Rats and just Fangren Marauder are perfectly fine options. and I think that's it. I could play Breath Weapon, but I think Breath Weapon can be good, but negate and heritage reclamation, while less good, solves some bigger problems. While Breath Weapon, it's a good way to solve some problems that you have already answers for. Negates and heritage reclamation have the chance to be useless, but at the same time have the ability to solve some very big problems that might or may not arise. And I think I'm very favored in this matchup, and I don't want to risk it for the biscuit, so I'm gonna take the safer route, because I risk it when I'm in a bad matchup. I don't want to risk when I'm in a good matchup. And as I said, I'm gonna talk less and speed up a little bit, because talking makes me slower and I don't want to lose to time. And this is not a keep because we don't have Tron. We don't have, okay, this is a keep. We need the colored mana source. We don't need this one. But we have Tron, and if we draw the Tron, we can use map for the colored mana source. I think it's fine. We have a sacrifice outlet for Igor Wellspring, and we just need to find a colored mana source, I think. Of course, they can have something. Yeah, that's the card I was talking about. But this means we have the colored mana source now. And I think I'm gonna pay 2 life, yes, of course, to play this one, because I'm gonna dispute that next turn. I know they are dealing some damage. Oh, technology. And I need a land. This is not a land. And those are not lands, and this is very, very, very bad. I'm gonna discard this one. Ooh, the Machinina. And that means we... Oh, but we can destroy the Machinina with Heritage Reclamation. Cool, 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 cool. Let's see. Maybe I use this one for the colored mana source in order to free up my Tron and take some damage. Oh yeah. Okay, I think the Urza Land is fine, and the swamp is not so. Gary, okay, 9, 6. No, I don't need this one. I have to destroy the Machinina now. Yeah, I want to cast this one. Destroy target artifact. And this is an artifact, so I'm gonna destroy it. I have already made my land drop. I hope to not die, and let's see what happens. I'm not favored anymore. I think they had a fine start, and I have it lined up poorly with my draw. I'm gonna discard negate now. We need some life points. We need some life points again. We need a Fangren Marauder. and those are not Fangren Marauders. I have too many disputes effects, and I need, or maybe I should have disputed now. Yeah, that was a misplay, I think. This is what happens when you have to play very, very fast. Sometimes you misplay a little bit, but let's see if we get punished for that. Okay, now it's the time to start disputing. Mana. Yeah. I have to hope to survive this turn. I'm gonna insight now. Okay, if we survive, I think we are in very good shape. Then the only concern is time. Okay, I can live with that. Yeah. I don't think they can deal 2 damage with 4 lands, so I think we are safe, but we'll see. This is also fine. Okay. Witch's Cottage. Okay. Let's gain 1,000,000 life, okay? And we start with a map, which is a sorcery speed type effect, so we can respond to the removal spells with the sacrificing of the other cards. Okay, so now just take black mana. And let's use some insight on the map, I think. And I don't have any instant speed effect more. No, yeah, I can. Actually, I have. Okay, Fangren dice. I don't explore, and I go to discard. The new Machinina. I'm not sequencing my card in the right order, but I just wanna to be fast, and I think it's very hard for me to lose this game now, so I should just be concerned with time, not with the efficiency. Okay. Desert. Very cool card. And the troll? No. Okay. Now the plan is to draw another Fangren Marauder and stall the board until oh, okay, this is Fangren Marauder. And stall the board until I have enough mana to actually kill them. And I need to be very, very fast. Next turn I'm gonna Stream of Thought for a lot. Okay, inside the oubliette. Section Rager is fine. Or maybe I'm gonna rat. Yeah, I think I'm gonna rat. I'm gonna both rat and stream. Because I wanna clear the board and I also wanna shuffle back some cards. So I'm gonna rat for 4. No, 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 too much. Okay. Rat for 4, and then I'm gonna Stream of Thought for 10, for 8, 9, yeah. See, yes. Replicate 2 times, 9 mana total. I'm gonna shuffle back my kill cards and my Marauders and Candy Trail, which are the better ones. Let's pass with counter up. Okay, troll is fine. And now I'm gonna Marauder again. And I'm gonna lose to time because I talk too much. And you know what? I think this game is won, but because of time concerns, I'm gonna lose. But I think it's fine because I just wanna showcase the strength of the deck. I don't care about winning matches in this league. Okay, I think we can count it as a win because I was just like 5 seconds short and I could have used my time in a better way. And I think it's not very good for the opponent to say Godo, so I'm happy to win this way. But I think to each his own. And that's how the deck usually plays out. It deploys its lands in the first few turns, and it's a little bit risky in the first few turns, but once you reach a point where you have the Tron and you have your card advantage engine going, then it's basically impossible to lose, because you find Marauder and Crypt Rats and Carson Shaman, you gain some time, and even if they kill Fangren Marauder, you gain so many life that you have time to find another one, because as you saw in the previous game, I drew like all my deck by turn 9 or 10, so it's impossible to not find another Fangren Marauder. That will give you even more time. And it's very, very important when you play this deck to use Fangren Marauder in a very good way. You should not cast Fangren Marauder early and gain like 5 life, because if they kill it and you don't find another one in time, then you just lose. And you should keep it for later, for when you're about to die. And when you are about to die, you cast it, you gain a whole lot of life, and if it survives, then it's over. And if it doesn't survive, it's over all the same, because you will find another one. Also, it's very, very important to play real fast when you play this deck. It's hard for me to give you the level of insight that I usually give you when I play other decks, because I go into very small details, but it's very hard for me to do that when I play this deck. In fact, you saw me lose a game just because of a few seconds, and I'm capable of playing the deck real fast when I'm not talking, so I think in the next video I will talk a little less and play a little more. I know that you would like me to explain some of my choices, but it's very hard to do that while playing this deck, as you saw. And you should play even faster when you play in paper, because paper players tend to be usually very, very slow, and you cannot afford to play slow if they are also playing slow. So I basically played all my matches yesterday like I was playing speed chess, basically. And it's very, very important to get yourself used to do that and to think very, very fast when you play this deck. But I think the deck is good, it works, we should refine it, and in the next video I will have more time to explore the list, and next time you will get a full league, I promise. And let's see in the next one.